Okay, so the E-Levy and the betting tax has been cancelled, and everybody is happy in Ghana here. And this is a very big win for Ghana. No matter what you say, no matter which party you belong to, this is a big win for Ghana. This is a freedom when it comes to financial issues. Like we now have our freedom to transact and buy whatever we want and do whatever we want with our money, with us knowing that there is not going to be taxes on it. And what am I talking about? All of us will know about the betting tax and the E-Levy. That's not the only thing that was actually cancelled. That's not the only thing that has actually reduced the burden of transactions or money tax transactions for us citizens and for us as Ghanaians. What has actually made everything so easy for us and so simple is one, the betting tax. The youth of Ghana now are able to actually bet with them knowing that even if they win 2,000 Ghana cedis, they are going to get their 2,000 Ghana cedis back. And they are not going to actually be taxed with 10% or anything. And somebody will ask, why were a lot of youth complaining about this 10% betting tax? It's absolutely because the 10% betting tax, one, they don't know what it was being used for. Two, the government then didn't even inform them about the positives or the actual advantages of that 10% or what the 10% will be used for. People were not knowing anything. The E-Levy, we know all the brouhaha that came with the E-Levy. The way government portrayed the E-Levy to be, how E-Levy was the messiah, the savior of our financial problems. But at the end of the day, it turns out that the E-Levy was actually not having any significant say within the public sector or our public purse. And some also say it was a scam. But now let's move on from the betting and E-Levy. Let's look at one thing. Now we have strong public procurement laws. When I talk about the strong public procurement law, you see, Ghana, everybody always want to look at where there are loopholes. The loopholes within a country make people actually find ways and means to have their way. And now that we have strong procurement laws, now before any procurement will be done, there are some things that needs to be ticked before you can have a better procured contract signed. And all these procedures are going to save Ghana a lot of money. Those are the things we have been crying for. How can we procure things and we do it based on one particular line, based on self-interest, without forgetting about the state interest? When we have good state interest, we have strong procurement laws. Now we move on to the no-emission levy. See, we are a country, we are a developing country. We tax everything, but we have to think about what we tax. Now the emission levy that has been cancelled, what was the reason why the emission levy first of all was taxed? And now that it has been cancelled, what benefit will it have for the Ghanaian? How would the purse of the Ghanaian be improved? See, emission levy, as you may know, is more of like whatever we are emitting outside there. But now people are talking about greener solutions, greener green science and all that. Now that we are moving into greener solutions, let's think around that way and stop taxing. Even if you are taxing, let's say now the government says they are going to tax greener solutions, all the ideas they have about the green gestures or the green ideations and all those things. What do you think will happen? People will come and actually also backlash the same government because there is no better explanation to why this and this is being taxed. And you see, if you are taxing something within a public, you have to take the public along. That's one most important thing we don't need to actually joke with. We need to always take the public along. And also, now all our oil revenues, all the revenues we are going to get from oil are actually going to go into infrastructure. Those days when Kwame Nkrumah started building this country, there were a lot of infrastructures in place. So you had a lot of youth of this country working and actually getting something to put in their pockets. And that's why we are saying now even the youth of today feel changes. The youth of today are concentrated on work on work and work, because now they are finding ways and means to get jobs for themselves. And that's what we have been crying for. Now let's move on to what again are we getting? After the first quarter of every year, now everybody is going to feel like, okay, my business is booming. Transactions are going on well. I'm actually getting benefit from what I'm transacting. That's what we talk about. So the betting tax, the E-Levy that has been scrapped by the president, is a good initiative.
This is the Electronic Transfer Levy Repeal Bill. That's the famous E-Levy bill. I'll proceed to sign it. Okay, I've just given assent to the repeal of the famous E-Levy bill.
And we all love it. We are so happy. Me, like this, I can send money to the village. I know that, even if I'm sending 2,000, they'll get all the 2,000. First, if I'm sending 2,000, they have to deduct the percentage from the 2,000. And now me and you, we are happy. Yes, we are happy. So please, let's try to make sure we do business among ourselves in Ghana here. Let's put Ghana first. Thank you, guys. This is your boy Majid Eldin. Kindly subscribe on my YouTube channel. And please follow me on Instagram at eldingh_. Bye-bye.